প্রিয় দর্শক মণ্ডলী, দেশে কিংবা বিদেশে টেলিভিশনে অথবা অনলাইনে পৃথিবীর যে প্রান্তে বসে আপনারা আমাদের এই অনুষ্ঠান দেখছেন তাদের সবাইকে শুভেচ্ছা জানিয়ে শুরু করছি আমাদের আজকের আয়োজন। ভিউয়ার্স, ওয়েলকাম টু আওয়ার শো। দর্শক মণ্ডলী, এ পর্যন্ত আমরা অনেকবারই এই রাজধানী অটোয়ার পার্লামেন্ট ভবনের সামনে থেকে নানা রকমের অনুষ্ঠান করেছি, কিন্তু আজকে আমাদের এখানে আসার উদ্দেশ্য কিন্তু একদম আলাদা। আপনারা নিশ্চয়ই জানেন 1999 সালে ইউনেস্কো 21শে ফেব্রুয়ারিকে আন্তর্জাতিক মাতৃভাষা দিবস হিসেবে স্বীকৃতি দিয়েছিলেন। ইন্টারন্যাশনাল মাদার্স ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ ডে ওয়াজ সেলিব্রেটেড ইন্টারন্যাশনালি। দর্শক মণ্ডলী, এর পিছে যাদের সবচেয়ে বড় হাত তারা হচ্ছে আমাদের ক্যানাডারই বাঙালি কৃতি সন্তান রফিকুল ইসলাম ও আব্দুস সালাম। প্রিয় দর্শক মণ্ডলী, ক্যানাডা ইজ আ কান্ট্রি অফ দ্য ফ্রিডমস। এখানে আসলে আপনি আপনার ধর্ম, আপনার ভাষা, আপনার কর্ম, আপনি যেই হন না কেন, ইউ ক্যান সেলিব্রেট ইট অন ইয়োর ওন। ইউ হ্যাভ দ্য রাইট টু ডু হোয়াট এভার ইউ ওয়ান্ট টু ডু, অফকোর্স ওবেড বাই দ্য ল। এই বছরেই হয়েছিল হাউস অফ কমন, আমার পিছনে ক্যানাডা হাউস অফ কমনে একটি বিল উত্থাপিত হয়েছিল। এই বিলটিকে যিনি আগিয়ে নিয়ে গিয়েছেন তার সাথে আমরা আজ কথা বলবো। How did you start on this whole act, the International Mother's Language Day Act?
Actually, the people from Bangladesh who are the lovers, of mother tongue language, International Day, those are the ones that brought this issue to me, and then I took it forward to the House of Commons.
So taking it to the House of Commons, what are the steps you had to take? I mean,
first of all, we have to draft the language and the act, and it's a private member's bill. Because I introduced this as a private member's bill, and I stood on that day and spoke in the House on February the 21st to acknowledge the international mother language, because it's very important, and it's not only important to the people who approached me from Bangladesh, but in fact it is important to every individual, because there are over 6,500 languages that are spoken across this universe.
Living in Canada, it becomes more and more important for us to practice our own customs and tradition, because Canada being such a multicultural country, and to be able to have that opportunity of being able to practice our own language, our religion and tradition, how do you feel about that?
Mrs. Sen, as you know that we both are the first generation immigrants to Canada, and Canada is the only country in the world that brings a unique perspective to immigrants. Immigrants bring unique perspective to Canada, that is a diversity, heritage and individuality, and that is what is very important to me, and I'm sure that is very important to our young generation, even that's born here. So my son and my daughters, and in fact they're even born here, but their mother tongue is Punjabi, and I'm sure there are many whose mother tongue is Bangladeshi, Bengali, right? I mean, they're born here. So it is very important that we should be able to maintain and adopt the good things from our heritage, the culture that we bring into this country.
If we could do something that will actually bring every single cultural people together, have a cultural day, have like a diversity week, something that will actually be known. Have you ever thought of that?
Actually, this is exactly what the act that private members bill that I'm trying to bring in is that we as Canadians, or Canadian government on behalf of Canadians, recognize and acknowledge February 21st to be the International Mother Tongue Day. Then everyone is aware of it. We are not looking for a holiday. All we are looking for is a meaningful significance to this day, so people are aware of it. It's on the calendar, because UNESCO has already adopted it unanimously in 1999. It's been over 6 years. So every year, this year is dedicated to different perspectives. So that is the whole idea behind, I mean, bringing this to the House of Commons. I know when I spoke, there were many people that got aware of this, and then I, not only here, in fact, I went to my riding, I have seen people across different cultures celebrating this day. So this is and I congratulate you, Mrs. Sen, for bringing this to your viewers, because this is one way that we people might not be able to reach to many individuals, but in fact media can play a role, and I commend your work, and I congratulate you and wish you all the best, that you carry on with this message so it goes to billions. this is all about awareness. Now we brought it to the House of Commons, and every year you see different cities taking initiatives, you know, at their personal level to proclaim February 21st to be International Mother Tongues Day. In Surrey, in fact, the city that I come from, they will have a monument in the city to recognize, you know, February 21st to be Mother Language Day. So I congratulate all the cities who have taken these steps to proclaim February 21st to be the International Mother Tongues Day. In fact, there will be many provincial governments that will come onto the table. But this act, once it get passed through the House, then we as Canadians will be very proud to be the leaders in this perspective.
With my viewers, I'm so honored to actually finally meet you and be able to talk to you, because I mean, this is something really great what you've done, and for not only the Bengali community but for every single community who actually carries a language and their own mother's tongue.
You know, with that comes a lot of perspective, because now with the globalization, if we look at this, demography plays a key role.
Of course,
right?
It does, yes.
Cross-border trade, cross-border business, cross-border communication, studies, you know, all that information. In fact, it is a very positive to keep your language. That's the way I feel it. I mean, people used, maybe, you know, people who came in 100 years ago, you know, I mean, before, I mean, if we look at in past, Bangladesh, India and Pakistan, we used to be one country at that point in time. So we could not distinguish that, you know, they were the Indians. But I mean, people from that origin that came to Canada 100 years ago, I mean, they are the ones who blazed trails. They had the courage because they came, you know, thousands of miles away from what they used to call their home.
Yes.
And they had the courage, they had the vision to survive, and they had the culture to survive at that time. I mean, they are the ones who blazed trails for us, that we are enjoying the fruits of their hard work. Now it is our duty
to pay back.
To pay back, not only pay back, in fact, whatever they have done in the last century, we should keep on repeating that century. So for centuries to come, we have our cultural, our mother language protected, and that is what exactly unique about and special about.
And that's something really big, and hoping that 21st February from this day forward, or from last year, everybody's going to celebrate it the way they should. So anyway, sir, I would like to thank you so much for talking to us, and congratulations once again on that act that you've worked on, and I hope you go a lot further and do a lot for not only the Bengali community but for all the communities.
And thank you, Mr. Sen, and to you and all your viewers of Porichoy. And I'm sure, you know, now from this discussion that we had, they will have a task to carry and promote the mother tongue day in and day out.
Definitely.
So, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.